Well, you made the reference earlier to Broadway, and you keep hearing the word show when it comes to what happened here last night between the Angels and the Yankees. Well, what about an encore here tonight for that show yesterday?
Yeah, hopefully more so for Mike Trout than Aaron Judge. I mean, they put on a show, and you can see the respect they have for each other and how much of an impact they have for baseball and all baseball fans around the world.
Well, there's no show on a Tuesday night without Gooby, you know. You need Gooby Tuesday.
Yes.
Gooby for Gooby Tuesday.
Yes.
So the show is on tonight, and this is the Gooby Tuesday Angels lineup brought to you by Simpson Chevy with Zach Neto and Mike Trout both pacing the offense at the top of the order. Then Joe Adell. Soler's still here. I don't know when that hearing's going to happen. Nobody seems to have an answer.
We don't want to know. We pretend it's not even happening.
Exactly. Keep it. We'll do it in October. Vaughn Grissom will be the first baseman for the Angels. O'Hoppy's catching. Moncada, then Peraza, Teodosio, the lineup for the Angels. The further they could put off that Jorge Soler hearing for any sort of suspension, the better off the Angels will be right now.
No question about that.
Ryan Weathers, son of a former big leaguer, longtime big leaguer at that. David Weathers now in a Yankee uniform and trying to figure himself out still as a major league pitcher.
Yeah, he's throwing the ball real well. Not a lot of run support to work with so far, but my go-to is to have success against him and score some runs against him early, which I think is really important for the Halos tonight, to score early. It's square up its two-seam fastball. It's been a struggle for him. 412 with a 5.26 slugging percentage, but don't be over-aggressive on his sweeper. 4 strikeouts, a 44.4% whiff percentage. So he will try to get you to chase out of the zone. That sweeper has been good, but get that two-seam fastball and drive it. And the defense behind Weathers here tonight for the Yankees. And it's in this big old ballpark, especially in the outfield. You got Grisham, the big hero yesterday. Aaron Judge, the gigantic hero for the Yankees. And at third base, O.C. Nato, Brian McMahon. You got Caballero, Rosario playing second, Goldschmidt back at first, and Oswald behind the plate. But it's good to see Brian McMahon, modern day product, playing third base. When you look at it in his career, 10 defensive runs saved. Had a great season back at 20-25 at third base. This guy with a real strong throwing arm and just trying to get comfortable again this season for the Yankees at third.
Angels started off with Zach Neto in the #1 spot in the order, and a first pitch strike on a breaking ball from Ryan Weathers.
That's the book on Zach Neto. He crushes first pitch. Just ask Chris Sale.
Mentioned Weathers, a second-generation pitcher. His dad was a 1996 Yankee. Pitched pretty well in that postseason, too, and the Yankees won their first World Series in the late 90s dynasty. David Weathers. How about this old-fashioned delivery, too? Hands over head windup. And Ryan Weathers missing with ball 2 to Zach Neto.
And it gives a pretty good balance over the pitching rubber, too. He's got a pretty firm fastball, 93, 97. I love the roll call, by the way. Sweeper, changeup.
Roll call is sweeping its way through the stadium right now as Neto takes ball 3. Weathers 8 innings in his last start against the A's, allowed 1 run, was a tough luck loser in a 1-0 game. But he pitched really well, and he throws a lot of strikes when he's right. When he's healthy, he really hasn't been for a lot of his career. Finally is now. 3 balls and a strike on Neto, and he drills one out toward right, but this will hang up for Aaron Judge, who backs up near that roll call in his section. And Judge squeezes that for the first out.
Boy, a good pitch to do damage. Just got underneath that one there, Zach Neto. Good at bat, though. He worked to a good count where he got a fastball. The 4-seam fastball has been really effective for Weathers this year. It's a 2-seamer is the one that's been hit pretty hard.
Well, here's Mike Trout, who kind of put the league on notice yesterday. He's back, and he's feeling like his old self again as he faces Ryan Weathers here in the first. Ball 1 to Trout. A vintage performance from Trout yesterday. 2 home runs. He had 5 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Also made some good plays in center field. He's been very good defensively out there so far this year. For a league that's constantly asking and wondering when is Mike Trout going to be healthy and put together one of those iconic seasons again, starting to look like the answer is going to be 2026.
Wayne, and the point you made too just before that, at the defense out in center field, I think that's really helped him relax at the plate.
There's a strike. Well, he said all along he's not a huge fan of DHing. He had to do it almost exclusively last year, and he just never really was comfortable with that knee, although he played more games than he had in many years last season. Seems like now we're getting the full package of Trout. And there's a fly ball, left center field. Trout has launched again as Grisham runs out of room, and the Mike Trout show continues on Broadway.
Superstar. Mike Trout. I think he likes the stadium. I think there's a lot of things to like about hitting in this ballpark for Trout. 110 miles per hour off the bat. Trout, another home run here. He is the Batman in Gotham City. I think he's having a good time. What do you think?
I like that he squares up Soler now after his home runs. That's his third in the last 2 games. As Mike Trout is telling the league that he's the man.
I'm just looking at that body language.
And now Soler with a hammered shot. That's going to go a long way. Back to back for the Halos.
You see where that ball landed? Way over the bullpens.
Well, that was Adell with a massive blow. And the Angels have come out striking against Ryan Weathers.
Well, that's how you respond after one of those crazy tough losses last night. That's back-to-back swings of 110 plus off the bat. Remember how many 100-mile-an-hour exit velocity yesterday? What, 23? 2 already in the first inning. Wow, that was a rocket.
Back-to-back bombs, and now it is Soler taking ball 1. Weathers had not given up a home run yet. Well, figured the Angels would test that because this team has been locked in on long balls. 23 home runs now for the Halos, second most in the major leagues for a team.
That went 445 feet. Trout goes 432. Just off the top of my head, that's about 877 feet of distance.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to change my song Long Distance by Yes now.
You did get into Duke. 1 out, nobody on for Soler as he drills one. That's out to left. It's back to back to back. 3 in a row for the Halos in the first.
Soler selective. Yeah, that'll be a visit to the mound. Wow. That is unreal. Some swings. That is how you respond. That went 399. This is unreal. Absolutely unreal. Trout down in the strike zone. Crushed. Just a perfect swing. How short and direct, getting that back foot planted. Adell, another pitch. Down and out. Great swing on that one. And then Soler, thigh high inside part of the plate. A little more lift on that 34-degree launch angle to get that one out going just under 400 feet.
3 absolute crushed balls in this first inning against a pitcher that had allowed no homers in his first 3 starts. Now Grissom takes strike 1.
And Wayne, isn't it amazing with the 17th game coming, this 18th today? We talked about so many incredible moments already for the Halos in this part of the season. I mean, it's been a talk of baseball.
Well, some people are saying they're the most fun team to watch in the league right now. And I think we'd have a hard time disagreeing. We're the ones watching them every day.
Yes.
You never know what you're going to get with this team.
I mean, Adell robs 3 home runs. The Halos in the top of the first hit 3 home runs in a row.
And this has been an incredible start to this game. 1 ball, 1 strike on Vaughn Grissom as he takes ball 2.
That is amazing. You haven't given up a home run in 16 innings pitched, and you give up 3 in a row in the first inning.
Trout, Adell, and Soler, and those balls were absolutely stroked out of here. Now Grissom nearly hit by that pitch. Until tonight, the Yankees had only given up 5 home runs as a team in the first 16 games of the year, 4 in the first 15. So the Angels have hit 4 in just 9.5 innings now here at Yankee Stadium, doubling the number of home runs the Yankees have allowed as a team this season. Foul tip by Grissom into the glove of Wells for strike 2.
People haven't even got a chance to settle in here at Yankee Stadium yet. Well, they got a few boos in already, though.
Yeah, neither have I. I mean, this is just coming out of the gate swinging. There's ball 4. So Weathers keeps Grissom in the yard, but doesn't really give him a chance to swing the bat.
in her Hyundai Key for the game today, going Blondie today. One way or another. Well, one way's already been established. Some power for the Halos with 3 home runs.
Well, that's certainly one way to do it. It's the easiest way to score. As Ohapi fouls one off.
It's another good swing. Another pitcher was down.
As I said before, Ryan Weathers is really still getting to know himself as a major league pitcher. He's been around. He's 26 years old. He's a former first-round pick, but he's never really been healthy enough to be consistent at this level. As Ohapi, it's a fly ball to right. This one will stay in the park. Judge with some room before the warning track makes the catch. 2 outs.
Just underneath that one too. A little bit higher launch angle for Ohapi.
Weathers made 18 starts as a rookie in 2021 for the Padres, and he has not made that many starts in a season since then. This is his 4th already this year. Only 8 for the Marlins last year, 16 the year before that. He's never pitched 100 innings in a big league year. Well, the Yankees were banking on potential when they traded 4 minor leaguers to get him in the offseason, but you know, there's still, the jury's very much still out on whether Weathers can be a regular in a major league rotation. So far he's been good this year, but getting assaulted in the first inning tonight. There's a strike to Moncada. 3 straight home runs for the Angels.
Halos like hitting in these incredibly beautiful old ballparks. Last year the Halos 3 home runs in the first inning at Fenway, 3 here at Yankee Stadium. Wow, unbelievable.
1 ball 2 strikes on Yoán Moncada, as that ends a very productive top of the first for the Halos. It was back to back to back and belly to belly to belly in a raucous top of the first.
Mammoth shots, exit velocity. Halos up already 3-0.
Well, how's that for Reed Detmers to get some run support in the top of the first?
You love that too. You go out there in attack mode right away. Just go with that same mindset you had out of the bullpen. Has been starting pretty solid so far this season for Reed Detmers. He's been really good throughout his career. Not many appearances, been solid though against the Yankees.
He's never given up a run to the Yankees. Second career start against them, and it's ball 1 to Paul Goldschmidt leading off for New York. Last time the Angels hit 3 straight home runs, you have to go back to Coors Field in 2023 when Trout, Brandon Drury, and Matt Thaiss did it against the Rockies in that 25-run game the Angels had there. Yankee lineup capable of their own fireworks with Judge behind Goldschmidt. Ahmed Rosario hitting 3rd tonight. Stanton in the cleanup spot. Grisham hit 2 home runs yesterday.
This is funny. I was just talking to Paul O'Neill before the game. He goes, I really like your middle of your lineup. You guys have some good quality at bats. Well, I think it's pretty good when you look at those 3 swings for Trout, Adell, and Soler.
They're not bad middle of the order work right there. Angels with a 3-0 start here against the Yankees. As Goldschmidt loops one up the middle, Peraza makes a shoestring backhanded catch.
Peraza has been really good no matter where you place him in the infield. This is a tough play. If this isn't the infield dirt, this is going to be an infield hit. He got to it, reaches. Another good play for Peraza, former Yankee. You know he feels good about making that play here in this ballpark.
Brings up Aaron Judge, who had 2 of the 36 home runs across the major leagues yesterday. Funny, you know, Monday is typically an off day for teams, so there were only 10 games yesterday instead of 15, which is a full slate. Yet yesterday produced the most home runs of any day so far in the major leagues. And we saw plenty of that here at Yankee Stadium. As Judge takes upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes.
Still want to be in that attack mode if you're Reed Detmers. It's the one thing about it we talked about on the pregame show with Erica, how patient he can be. He's going to force you in the zone.
9 different players with multi-home run games yesterday. Of course, 3 of them were in this game alone between Judge, Trout, and Trent Grisham, who had a couple of big home runs in the ball game yesterday.
Still think he'll be swinging here, even though they're down 3-0. It's still so early.
3-0 the count, and that's just on the outside corner. So that one keeps Judge in the box. You know, sometimes maybe you wish he would just go to first base.
Yeah, under different circumstances, I think he might have challenged that one too, and I think he might have been all right. But he wants to swing the bat anyhow. It's like Albert Bell used to do.
Well, he's hot right
Albert
now.
Bell got hit with a pitch. He says, "No, I'm good. I want to swing the bat." Good slider there, 3-1.
Judge has a specially crucified left-handed pitcher. 35 homers and 270 at bats over the last couple of seasons for Judge against lefties. That's ridiculous. Hits this one hard. Diving stop. Moncada gets up. One hop throw in time to retire Judge.
Moncada, what a play. Two really good plays defensively for the Halos in this inning so far. As Denver tries to put up that shutdown inning where he's getting some help. The ball was by him when he dives. Strong throw across the diamond. What a play by Moncada.
Two out, nobody on. Ahmed Rosario stands in.
Rosario some real good career numbers against the Halos too.
He's certainly hammered left-handed pitching quite a bit over the last few seasons. Getting that start again at second base today. So Jazz Chisholm not in the lineup, although as we saw yesterday, Aaron Boone will just empty his bench in the middle of the game whenever he sees fit. So the likes of Ben Rice and some of the others on the bench, Chisholm, will likely appear at some point here tonight.
Good slider right there so far in this game. Reed Detmer's good sliders. He's been 94, 95 with his heater. Remember, he's got that good changeup. He can go the other direction after that slider down and in.
1-2 strikes on Rosario, and a little foul off his foot, still 1-2.
He did throw. That was a real good changeup too.
In addition to all the home runs yesterday, teams averaged 7.2 runs per game.
A lot of football games broke out. It was Monday night anyhow. I guess it should be.
You have to go back to July of 1936 for the last time that many runs per game were scored on a single day. Of course, 11-10 was the final here last night. 2-2 on Rosario. Well, you wonder how much is ABS messing with pitchers in the early part of the year. We've seen a lot of walks, and we're starting to now see, as the weather warms up, a lot of runs.
I think it was implemented to give hitters a slightly better chance. I personally think.
You're taking it personally as a pitcher, it seems.
Yes.
Fly ball right center. This one is hit pretty well as Adell backs up to the warning track and makes the catch. Reed Detmers responds with a 1-2-3 inning. They have hit 3 home runs back to back in the top of the first against Ryan Weathers, and now Oswald Peraza, the former Yankee, drills a base hit to left center to start the second.
That was a solid swing on that one too. A four-seam fastball. He's not elevating his four-seam fastball, Wayne. That's the thing. That's the pitch that's been hit hard so far today. By the way, that was 110.1. So 3 baseballs have been hit by the Halos in the first inning plus here of 110 plus off the bat. 110.
And we saw a lot of balls hit over 100 miles an hour yesterday, and the Angels right back at it today. Here's Teodosio bunting, and it's ball 1 as he pulled the bat back in time. The Twins had back-to-back homers here in 2023 against the Yankees. That was the last time it happened by a visiting team here. That's as far as in the first inning goes. Fly ball to center field by Teodosio. It's carrying, and Grisham almost was unable to make that play. He had to back up pretty considerably, and he was able to run back and retire Teodosio on the ball that just kept going. Well, the ball just kept going. So did the game. Just kept going last night. A long game here.
Yeah, it didn't feel long because of all the action going on in the game. You see all the hits. 3 players with multi-home run games. 23 baseballs were hit 100 plus. Well, that was another baseball that was hit 100 plus there already. 5 in the game for the Angels. 5 already.
They've tattooed Ryan Weathers here. Now Neto swings and misses on a first pitch changeup. Neto fly to right, and then it was bashing time after Neto's plate appearance in the first inning, with Mike Trout hitting the first of the 3 consecutive home runs. 3-0 the Angels lead, with Peraza at first base and 1 out.
I think you can steal off of Weathers if you guess right. And most lefties, you're going on first movement. You just got to be able to read when that back foot is crossing the pitching rubber. That means he's got to go home.
Have to be careful with the pickoffs regarding Weathers. 17 of them since he debuted. It's tied for 4th best in the major leagues.
Still amazing. 5 baseballs hit that hard already against him. Coming in the game at 2.81 ERA.
No balls, 2 strikes on Neto here, with Trout waiting to bat next. And there is a quick throw over from Weathers, with Peraza getting his lead off of first base.
You said this a lot, especially with Neto against the Yankee pitchers. There's so much room on that right side of the infield. With 2 strikes, he got a base hit to center field on a similar count last night.
Neto able to just tap one foul here. Still 0-2. Neto has 5 home runs, which had been the team lead by itself, but now Soler and Trout have joined him here tonight. Soler, by the way, now 18 runs batted in. Only Andy Pages of the Dodgers has had more RBIs to start the year than big Jorge Soler.
The season he has started off with the Dodgers. Pages.
He's hit everything in sight for that Dodger offense. 0-2 as Neto can't make any contact there on the slider. Second strikeout for Weathers.
And when you're seeing Mike Trout, you're seeing baseballs hit hard. What the difference is, look at his back foot here. The load, he'll be able to get that back foot back, and he's able to get that balance on it quicker through the baseball. Good view right here. Has the back foot go back, load back leg, and then through the baseball. Part of the reason for me why that's so important, it's taken away. We saw, you know, especially at home there, a lot of high launch angles, 68, 72. By having that load on the back leg, he can get through the baseball quicker, more direct, and that's where you're seeing the baseball hit so hard.
It was something that we noticed during his stretch where he wasn't getting many hits, the high flies that he was hitting, but still a lot of the other metrics were in place. Just that one little adjustment has all it really needed for Trout to lift off here as he takes ball 1 from Weathers. Trout has now gone 21 consecutive plate appearances without a strikeout. If he gets 1 more here without striking out, it'll be his longest stretch without a punch out in 9 years. He grounds it just foul down the line, 1-2. Trout now in 6 different occasions has been part of back-to-back-to-back homers in his career, along with Adrian Beltre and Frank Thomas, 2 Hall of Famers, tied for the most in Major League history.
I mean, how many of these times have we seen Major League records tied or broken here with the Halos already in this season? It's unreal.
They tied Mark Teixeira on the all-time home run list tonight.
See if you got a text message.
2-2, 409 home runs. You know, there's only one player that has more career home runs than Trout in fewer career plate appearances. That is active, at least. Giancarlo Stanton is that player. That's it. Trout rips one. That's a foul ball. Oh, that was pretty close down the line. Trout took off as if he thought it might be fair.
KJ Kevin Johnson thought the same thing down the line. That was extremely close.
Just streaked right along that baseline, and it's hard to tell if it stayed fair or foul, but third base umpire right on top of the line there, Ryan Addington, called it foul. So 2-2 now on Trout.
I'd step back too. He's swinging the bat right now.
A Hall of Famer, an all-time great, and he is peeling the layers here in the early part of the year. It's just a piece to stay alive.
That's a nice job. That was a great changeup from Weathers. That's a really good pitch. Trout was able to fight it off. It's like we talked about in the pregame with Trout and Judge. They're going to get their pitch to hit, and they're not going to chase a lot. And Trout did a nice job of fighting off a real tough pitcher's pitch, so hopefully he gets one to drive now.
It's Joe Adell, who also hit a monster home run in the first. Adell at the furthest of the three. So much power in the 2, 3, and 4 spots, and really number 1 spot too at Neto. As Trout continues to make Weathers work.
He's going to have 40 pitches now at the very least. Going into potentially the 3rd inning if he can get through this inning with Trout at the plate. It's already seen this will be his 8th pitch. He's mixed in 4 changeups, a pitch that Trout hits very, very well. Got a fastball that home run the first time up though.
Trout has had more success here at Yankee Stadium than any other American League ballpark. 11 homers now and 11 doubles in this yard. That one goes all the way to the backstop, and Neto will take second base on a wild pitch. Or rather, Peraza will. So Peraza in scoring position with 2 outs.
This makes you believe, especially with an open base, even though Joe Adell crushed that last pitch he saw for a home run, that Trout may not get a pitch in the strike zone here.
Trout batting .350 in this place to go with those 11 homers and 11 doubles. And he continues to make Weathers go through his entire repertoire here.
Even that was a pitcher's pitch. That was a hard, tight slider. 89 miles an hour inside. Elevated enough where Trout wasn't able to get his hands out in front.
Maybe just try to get that guy out at second base instead.
Oh, I'll give you the old scoop here, Wayne. As a high school baseball coach, when I knew you were facing a guy like Stanton, when I faced Notre Dame high school, I said, let's try to pick the guy off at second. Not once, but maybe 3 times if I could.
3-2, long at bat for Trout. And he spoils another.
We've seen so many full counts this season for Trout already.
We've seen a lot of walks and a lot of runs scored. Trout with his 17th run scored tonight. And that is the American League lead in that category. He's walked 15 times.
RBI out there for Trout right now.
It's Peraza at second base, 3-2. And another ground ball foul. Keith Johnson quick with the feet.
Yeah, Keith had to be quick on that one.
They don't quite hit him like that at Salt Lake when he was the manager there.
Another changeup. Trout has seen a ton of changeups in the sequence. Actually, a ton of pitches. Another one is long at bat, just like Josh Lowe last night.
This will be the 12th pitch of this at bat. Lowe had an 11-pitch walk yesterday. And there's strike 3 called to Trout. So Weathers finally puts him away to end the inning.
To the ball game tonight for the Halos, going back to back in the first inning. Been an entertaining couple of weeks to start the season for the Angels. Mike Trout doing Mike Trout things. Jose Soriano pitching like an ace. Joe Adell robbing 3 homers in a game. Things we might never see before. I asked manager Kurt Suzuki before the game today, has he seen a more entertaining team to start the season? Of course, he said I'm a little bit biased, but I don't think so. You know, because he's in the trenches with these guys every day, in the clubhouse with them. You've seen the bond that they have with one another, the way they back each other up. He said you don't necessarily not see that in the game anymore, but in winning teams you do. And I'm not saying we're going to win 100 games. I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying it's fun to be a part of a group of guys that care for each other like they do, that pull for each other. And right now it's really fun to come to the ballpark, guys.
I think it comes down to the coaching staff too. This the rapport they have with all the coaches on this staff and the positivity they're hearing and seeing.
Giancarlo Stanton leads off here in the bottom of the second. And one thing too, Kurt Suzuki mentioned before the game today, and last night ended up being a tough loss despite how much entertainment went into the game yesterday. The Angels still lost a game where they had led into the bottom of the 9th inning. Went from 10-8 being up to an 11-10 loss, and talked about what it takes for a team to brush that off and how successful teams are able to do that. It's just by doing all the things that he recommended back in spring training. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Stanton foul tips one for strike 3, and Detmers has his first strikeout. But he said just preparation, effort, going about things the right way on a day-to-day basis, that will overcome some of those lumps along the way.
Yeah, it's exactly how you are successful. How you can just move that game and win away at the very end to be able to go, look what they did, respond today with back-to-back home runs. It's their work preparation. You saw it today. That game was gone. As soon as the game was over with last night, you even saw it on the bus, they were ready to play today. Just working at it. Batting practice, fielding ground balls. Okay, what can we do to give ourselves the best chance to even up the series here tonight?
Yeah, of course, Kurt Suzuki has been a part of successful teams in his career. Won a World Series with Washington. On some good Atlanta teams as well. And he said that's the mark of a successful team, is that they just prepare and put themselves in the right positions day in and day out. And then the wins and losses they happen as they happen. You can't really control as much of that as you can how you go about what your work is.
Well, as long as you have that opportunity to win a game and be in position to win a game like they were last night, is unable to finish it off, but go right back at it today. Already 96-mile-an-hour fastball going too.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kurt Suzuki enjoyed hitting in this ballpark. Kind of like Mike Trout in that regard. Suzuki also did play a little in the other Yankee Stadium, the older one. Wave and a miss, strike 3. Nasty slider from Reed Detmers.
Yeah, you got a strikeout on a slider. You got a strikeout on a changeup to stand. Nice job by O'Hoppe holding on to that foul tip. So back-to-back punch-outs. 2 different pitches. Changeup is a big pitch against this lineup for the Yankees too. Even though Judge hit 2 of them out yesterday, still a pitch don't go away from if you're Detmers today.
2 strikeouts to start this inning, and now ball 1 to Grichuk, who's still looking for his first hit. Thought he had it, but a ball that was hit to the wall in center field ended up being robbed by Grichuk's old friend and draft mate, Mike Trout. And this one will be a little more routine on a fly ball to right center field. Joe Adell has that. Quick inning for Detmers. 1, 2, 3. One thing that's been noticeable about Joe, though, to start this year from an offensive standpoint, as he chops this one softly to third base. McMahon is a good defender and has that one out, is that he's also been willing to kind of patiently take his singles too along the way. He's not just trying to bash everything.
Yeah, because he knows eventually he's going to get some lift on the baseball. He's hit a lot of baseballs hard on the ground, just like he did in the beginning part of the season. Remember last year, Wayne, a lot of hard hit balls, sometimes at infielders, but then he started lifting away a tremendous season.
One out as Jorge Soler stands in.
Yeah, it's good to see him playing again today.
Yeah, the Angels want to keep him in there. I don't know when this hearings. Ronaldo Lopez is pitching tonight. His suspension's already over.
Well, that's why Soler's playing.
So maybe that's all it took. Just had Lopez serve it for both, and there we go.
Yeah, that's what it should be anyhow.
It probably should have been.
Yep.
I've noticed now when Trout and now when Soler hits home runs too, Trout kind of squares him up a little bit.
He saw those boxing skills though for Soler.
Trout saying, hey, let's keep this going.
Yes.
Keep the swings coming.
Yes. The power. The body blow.
Soler has 12 RBIs in his last 10 games now and 4 home runs in that time. 5 homers and 18 knocked in so far this year. Not even 3 full weeks into the season. Weathers strikes him out with a breaking ball that stayed away. It's 4 punch outs for Weathers. 2 outs in this inning.
He struck out Soler with a sweeper. He struck out Trout with a sweeper. Froze him on that backdoor sweeper.
Weathers said after his last start the advice he got from his dad was to pitch with your brain. As Vaughn Grissom bats here with 2 outs. How did that work out for you in your career?
Never.
Fly ball to the right field corner. It's an interesting spot in this ballpark.
Wow, that was real close.
It almost was a home run. 314 to the wall.
It was real close. At the old stadium, that's a home run. Trust me. I'm still mad about that. Oscar Gamble got me down the line there. Not that I've let it go.
Yeah, you were not buying the feet.
Yes, no.
Is that a home run? No, it's foul. It just kind of landed.
Yeah, you could see how the baseball passed it. I mean, it was close.
Review of the call of foul ball.
Real close. I think it ended up being foul.
Where it landed, though, looked like it was kind of right behind the foul pole. But
I wonder how that could have possibly happened then. But you can see the baseball and the foul pole all the way by it. I'm giving myself some time not to answer that question about thinking that way.
do you broadcast with your brain at least?
No. Let's see. You get a good view here.
Pretty clear from this as the ball stays in front of the foul pole there. So it's foul ball.
Yeah.
Very close to a home run, which would have been Grissom's first as an Angel.
Taking a little bit longer than I thought, though.
Grissom giving Nolan Shonowell the night off. Second time in this series Shonowell has not started against a lefty, despite having mostly good numbers against left-handers.
This is taking really long.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed as a foul ball.
Well, that's what we thought. Very thorough review, but still a foul ball. Slow bouncer, that's rolling foul as well. No balls, 2 strikes on Grissom.
That's the beauty of baseball. You almost hit a home run to right field, and then you hit a slow roller down the third baseline. All of a sudden, you're seeing him use that sweeper a little bit more. A lot more fastballs. We can go back to that first inning. Some fastballs and changeups, but sweeper's been effective. It's a good pitch for him, really.
That's what his dad, David Weathers, was alluding to the last time. Just kind of making sure Weathers doesn't fall in love with that fastball.
Even though it's been pretty successful, though, overall.
Well, the four-seamer has, yeah. The
Yeah.
two-seamer hasn't, but he kind of abandoned that over the last couple of starts. Didn't use it much against the A's and hasn't used it at all yet tonight. And there's a fastball at the knees for strike 3.
Has had a natural hat trick in the first inning. 3 straight goals or homers.
Yeah, it was a trifecta. Here's a roller to first. Reed Detmers gets another quick out. This one from Austin Wells. That's 7 up, 7 down on just 28 pitches for Detmers.
That is so important for Detmers. He has the strikeout pitch. You know that. He's got 2 of them so far in the game. But the ability to get those quick outs when you need them. He keeps that pitch repertoire going throughout the whole game. You don't empty it all every single batter you face.
I think there is something to be said about buying stock in Reed Detmers. As Jose Caballero stands in, and yeah, first-round pick, and we all know that there's potential here. But there are some numbers to back it up. Fangraphs keeps track of what they call Stuff Plus, and as well for Location Plus. These are 2 numbers that they track in terms of how pitchers use their pitches and how they are able to control them. As Caballero swings and misses 0-2. And Reed Detmers has a score of 107 in both Stuff Plus and Location Plus. And there are only 6 other pitchers in the major leagues, and they're all big names, that have that number in both categories or higher. No balls and 2 strikes on Caballero. Those guys are Chris Sale, Jacob deGrom, Brian Wu, Logan Gilbert, Cam Schlittler, and Detmers.
That's pretty impressive company. See that fastball? He just threw that 94-mile-an-hour fastball in the inner half.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 on a ball in the dirt. That is a pretty good slider, and Detmers gets the strikeout.
Incredible sequence. Why that got a chase because the fastball was down and in, and his slider has been really good again tonight in this entire season. The snap he gets on that one, 18 outs on his slider so far this season, most in the American League. He's got 2 punch outs with his slide piece tonight so far. Real nasty break to it, sharper as far as spin on it.
Now Ryan McMahon looks at a bullet of a fastball for strike 1.
Look at those numbers overall from last year. The velocity part of it is down, but the spin rate is up, and the whiff percentage and exit velocity way down. The harder slider all you got to do is get the barrel to it. You got a chance to make a good contact with it. But now it's a little bit slower. It's a little more bite to it.
1 ball, 1 strike on Ryan McMahon, the number 9 batter. Detmers has retired the first 8 in a row. Just missed ball 2. But if you take stuff, location, those are the 2 things pitchers need the most, right? And if he's doing that at the rate of some of those, better than every other pitcher except for the guys we just mentioned, and he's in the same category as those several pitchers, well, that only shows that the arrow is pointing in a very strong direction forward for Reed Detmers.
So excited he is to be back in the starting rotation too, so he's being more of a routine. His curveball is one he throws first pitch a lot, but get back in the counts quite a bit. That was a good curveball to even up the count.
2 balls and 2 strikes on McMahon, and a floater foul.
Really, in this sequence, he really has, even though it's 2-2, both of those pitches that were called balls were basically strikes.
Let's see if Detmers goes back to that slider and gets out of this inning. Fastball bounced. Moncada with another diving stop. This time he'll have no throw. He robbed Judge earlier, but McMahon ends up with an infield hit.
That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Good pitch. And as soon as I saw the shake-off, I was part of it. You were making him think. When you shake it off, he wanted to go to his slider, so he threw a fastball to him. He was late on it. McMahon did a nice job of just making some contact going the other way. And hard contact, too.
Top of the order now. Goldschmidt takes a strike. First time the Yankees have had a man on base. Is the sound system here just incredibly loud all of a sudden?
Yes, it is. I was thinking, I've been to many rock concerts, too many Black Sabbath concerts in my lifetime, and I can barely hear, but I can certainly hear that even with my headset on.
People live around this area, not too far from the ballpark. Windows must be rattling. It's not like Dodger Stadium, just in the middle of its own parking lot. This is a kind of a neighborhood to some degree.
Boy, the stadium is really filled in again. Just like last night, not a lot early, but now all of a sudden you look around, it's pretty packed here.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Goldschmidt. Rolls this one softly to Moncada at third. He'll go the short way to second. Reed Detmers is through the third. Has as much power as anyone in this lineup. Fly to right field his first time. 3 straight home runs in the first inning. Certainly frosted Ryan Weathers flakes in that first inning. I mean,
yes,
that is a very rude way to begin a ball game if you're the starting pitcher.
Ravishing Rick Rude, like
a rude awakening indeed. 1 ball, 1 strike. Weathers had not allowed a home run this season until those 3.
But very important for the offense just to get back on track here now in this ballpark against that lineup, the Yankees.
I mean, I can't go to sleep here. The Angels, they scored 10 runs and lost yesterday, so they don't need a very far back reminder for that.
He's leading off the bottom of the third.
Well, that means he can't get all 3 at once then.
Bottom of the fourth.
Fly ball to center. Sounded like a broken bat. Hoppy slams his bat down as he flies out to Grisham. 1 away in the fourth. A ride with Hyundai awaits.
A car that sees what you can't, how it should be. The Hyundai Tucson.
God has made some really good defensive plays so far tonight. Weathers is starting to get in a little bit of a groove now after that base hit top of the second by Peraza. In perfect sense.
And that's the only hit since the home runs coming from the former Yankee Peraza. 1 ball, 1 strike. Peraza. This is Moncada right now. Peraza follows Moncada. Moncada has drawn a lot of walks. Still that batting average much lower than he'd like.
In the game with .345 on base percentage.
I mean, that's really astonishing considering hitting 151 going in right now. He's drawn 11 walks. The Angels have walked 80 times. 81 if you count the one today with Grissom. The Yankees are second on that list with 78 walks as a team. So that's how you end up with a 3-hour 36-minute game that goes 9 innings in the pitch clock era.
Not easy to do that, but it was definitely an amazing, entertaining game, though.
It was worth the watch here last night, no question. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's right in there to Moncada. Second time he has struck out today. These are the top 2 teams in the major leagues in walks. The Angels and the Yankees. Pitches per plate appearance. Well, you got to see a lot of pitches to draw a lot of walks. But the chase rate down for both as well. And here is Peraza. A base hit earlier, put his average at .233. Got a couple of home runs and showing a little bit more at the bat so far than he did as a Yankee. As he lines this ball pretty sharply out to left field. That one's going to go. It's another home run for the Halos. Their 4th solo shot tonight, and it's Oswald Peraza's return to the Bronx.
And that was a rocket out. That was a changeup. Not a bad changeup, but was down. Another baseball crush, 107.4 off the bat. So that's 6 rockets already in this game for the Halos, well over 100 miles per hour exit velocity.
And that has to feel really good for Oswald Peraza.
Yeah, smile on his face. That's a pretty good swing. He's generating all that power on the changeup. Remember, coming into the game, Weathers had not given up a home run. He's given up 4.
The Angels have a 4-0 lead. They've all been solo shots. Here's Teodosio,
who had a pretty good shot himself to center field. His first at bat.
Yeah, this can be an unforgiving place to play for the best of them. But for a guy who was a top prospect trying to find his footing at this level, even more so on Oswald Peraza, just never hit and was kind of given up on by the Yankees. But that glove certainly plays at the highest of levels. And the Angels have really liked what they have seen since the beginning of spring training from Peraza offensively.
Already 2 defensive runs saved at second base this year. He made a good play to start the game off on Goldschmidt.
Plus he's hitting .250 now with 3 home runs. I mean, he's becoming a viable big league player in an Angels uniform, something that he could not do here at Yankee Stadium.
Well, a young player too, developing.
25 years old, Peraza. But you have to think that after he was kind of pushed as a top prospect and Volpe knocked him out at shortstop and he just didn't get the at-bats he needed here, that has to be an extra special shot for Oswald Peraza here in the 4th inning tonight. Angels have been hammering the baseball. 4 solo home runs. And it's all Halos so far here tonight. Mike Trout leading the charge. Both of Aaron Judge's home runs last night were on changeups, the same pitch that Judge struggled with very much against the Angels the last couple of years. He takes ball 1 here.
Put it in perspective, those numbers, just 1 hit. 14 outs with 8 strikeouts versus the changeup from Angels pitchers. Unbelievable. There's a changeup, or Oswald was again a changeup. Perfect one.
2 balls, no strikes on Judge. You know, those couple changeups last night were flat and over the middle of the plate.
That's where you want to throw the changeup to Judge, because you don't want those arms extended like that.
Seems mostly, though, that what we saw the last few years, the Angels just really did a good job keeping him off balance more than anything.
I mean, that pitch is a 2-0 fastball right down the heart of the plate, but he was slightly late on it because of the changeup the one before.
Now 2-1 the count. Detmers has had success against Judge in his career. He's laid on another fastball here. It's 2-2.
That was a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. That's pretty much the heart of the play too. He has him guessing. That's the key against Aaron Judge having him guess. This is going to be pretty close as far as getting this pitch off before the pitch timer. That's a good take. That was a great slider too.
Ball 3 to Judge, leading off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The Angels have hit 4 solo home runs for Ryan Weathers tonight. Yankees so far have just 1 hit against Reed Detmers. There's strike 3 call to Judge.
Went slider upstairs. He thought about it. He really thought about it. And he would have been wrong. Had him guessing throughout. This would a guy when you're 12 feet tall, you're going to get that high called strike.
Yeah, that's one that might not have been called before, but now with that ABS measuring up, the 6'7" Judge is a little bit different. And there's a strike on the outside corner to Ahmed Rosario. Still sense some hesitance from players on whether they should challenge or not. It hasn't quite seeped in. Although I would say that the thought has seeped in more. But the overall pulling of the trigger, I think, still is not quite in the psyche of the players as routinely as normal.
Just try to take the emotional part out of it is the key.
That's a liner through and a base hit for Rosario.
Yeah, not quite where he wanted to throw that slider, especially with 2 strikes. And with Giancarlo Stanton coming up, he always reminds me of one former Yankee. Every time I think of Stanton and his stance, I think of Jack Clark. And you talk about a guy with incredible bat speed. Jack Clark, just like Stanton, they give you that menacing look. You see the numbers, and they are ready to try to turn on that inside part of the plate.
Giancarlo Stanton takes ball 1. Stanton typically keeps that stance very closed and continues to do that more than anybody else in the major leagues.
Ooh, slow. That was 71. That was a Frank Tanana-like slow curveball. Look how far out in front he was. Just couldn't stay back.
Two balls and a strike. Stanton complete tonight with a red belt and red cleats. Whose side is he on here tonight?
Well, he's a SoCal guy.
I mean, this is reading between the lines here, between the pinstripes.
So he goes slow curve, change up, and then a 95-mile-an-hour heater.
Fouls this one away. Stanton is still the active home run leader in the major leagues, with Trout, Judge, and Goldschmidt 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on that list. And all 4 of them playing tonight and last night.
Yes, looked like he foul tipped it too.
It sounded like he did, but no. And it's 3-2.
And he swung too. So you heard it hit the ground there, but he definitely crossed the plate on that one.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Wave and a miss. Strike 3.
Shane's piece. A little David Bowie changes. I'm bringing it all out here for you tonight, Wayne.
I really appreciate that.
We're Broadway.
Detmers now has struck out 5, 2 outs in this inning.
Got 2 strikeouts with his changeup too. Talked about it in the pregame show with Eric about the use. You need that against this Yankee lineup. Use the changeup. Even though Judge hit 2 of them out, you have to not go away from that one.
Trent Grisham bats here with 2 down. Struck out his first time. Detmers has been in command so far tonight. Trying to keep that pitch count manageable as well.
That's so important. The bullpen usage we've seen. New bullpen arm potentially down there today. Sam Aldegari.
One ball, one strike on Grisham. Aldegari's been labeled as just an extra arm right now. He is not being inserted into the rotation quite yet, but that might be part of the deal if the Angels don't need any sort of long relief between now and whenever that spot is up in the rotation. Punch that fastball in there, 2-2.
Good fastball. 94-96 throughout this game for Reed Detmers. His changeup's been solid, slow curveball, and we know his slider. This looks like it could be that slider count right now. Gets a pretty patient hitter, though.
Angels have not announced a starter for tomorrow against Luis Gil, or for Thursday for that matter, with Fried pitching the last game of this series. It's 2-2 on Grisham with Rosario at first. Detmers couldn't get him to chase there, ball 3.
It's a pretty good read on that one, too. That was a pretty good bite to it.
Swing and a miss. Detmers got him to chase that time.
When he went to that split changeup. Turn that changeup.
Angels.com/promotions for more info. A lot to smile about for the Halos tonight. They've hit 4 homers off Ryan Weathers, and Reed Detmers has been outstanding.
Yeah, he's been really good. His changeup, slider, firm fastball. Kurt Suzuki's loving what he's seeing so far, especially a bounce back game at this point after a tough one last night.
Mike Trout on deck. He's homered 3 times already in this series, once tonight. Angels hit back-to-back homers in the first inning.
Interesting, both pitchers bring their glove well above their head, kind of like, remember, Kershaw used to do that more so out of the stretch position.
Certainly a nod to Kershaw the way Detmers does it. Weathers with sort of a traditional delivery. One ball, 2 strikes. It's kind of a weird outing for Weathers because, you know, outside of the 4 home runs, he hasn't been that bad, but he's also given up 4 home runs. And he strikes out Neto. Weathers has fanned 8.
And Mike Trout's 3 home runs in this series so far at Yankee Stadium. Take a look at our StatCast read powered by Google Cloud. 2 pitches down, 1 upstairs. Exit velocity 108, 109, 110. Distance 421, 445, 432. Impressive swings for Trout. Covering the plate both down and upstairs.
He bats here with 1 out and has a good cut at that. Talked about Stanton, Trout, Judge, and Goldschmidt, the 4 active home run hitters at the top of the list playing in these 2 games. Well, since 1900, that had only happened in 1 other series, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. 1956, the Dodgers played the Cardinals with Gil Hodges and Duke Snider suiting up alongside Stan Musial and Hank Sauer. Those guys were all part of the top 4 active career home run hitters at that time in 1956. Which is also the same time when Musial and Campanella hit those multi-home runs as multiple-time MVP winners. So that series between the Dodgers and Cardinals, just a random series in 1956, is the only one that matches the home run history that this series has put together in front of us between the Angels and the Yankees.
That's what made it so impressive when you think back, and everyone got a chance to witness that, whether you're at the ballpark or watching it on TV at home. That was a good pitch there by Weathers on Trout to get that slider just in far enough. But if he leaves that out over the plate, remember that was a sweeper yesterday, he also hit out.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Trout.
Hey, shocker, it's 3-2. And we had a little backdoor sweeper last time on a 3-2 count.
This will be the 80th pitch for Ryan Weathers tonight. And Trout had a good hack at it, fouling it back, still full count.
96 mile-an-hour fastball from Weathers, still a line in that tank as far as his fastball velocity.
3-2 on Trout. That's at the top of the zone, strike 3. Trout will not challenge. Got fooled a couple of times on 3-2 sliders from Weathers in his last 2 at bats.
Backdoor, and it's one of those ones too. A guy that knows the strike zone so well, when a slider backdoor, you give up on it. You think it's off the outside corner, and you bring it back and get the corners. That's one of those pitcher's pitches.
9 strikeouts now for Weathers. His career high is 11. That came on June 1st, 2024 against the Rangers when he was pitching for the Marlins. Joe Adell comes up empty here. Adell with a home run in the first inning, his second of the year. Mentioned his ability to get more base hits overall so far this year. He's hitting .314 as a result of that. So Adell just kind of maturing still as a hitter in ways that have really blossomed the last couple of years.
Yeah, and he's going to, he's going to get that home run stroke together, but just keeping the ball in play, making those strikes and hit line shots.
That's what Judge does, right? I mean, Judge hits 300 all the time.
Yes, he does.
I mean, you don't just do that hitting 40 or 50 home runs. You need to get those other hits. Still 1-2 on Adell. Miami leads Atlanta tonight 4-3. They're in the 4th inning at Truist Park. Marlins have played pretty well to start the year.
How about Minnesota? They're winning again tonight. They've been playing incredible.
They're up 2-0 on Boston in the 3rd. There's the 10th strikeout for Ryan Weathers. Feast or famine for the Yankee lefty tonight.
Time for Arco. Top tier play back in the 4th inning. The pitch by pitch pitch on Carlos Stanton. First pitch, 4-seam fastball, but that slow curveball followed by a changeup away. Fastball challenge, 4-seamer fastball again late. Threw that slow slider in there and is able to get him out in front on a changeup. This is a great sequence against an outstanding hitter in Stanton. It's another pretty good pitch.
It's Randall Grichuk leading off here in the 5th inning. That one is called a strike. Grichuk was number 15 when he came back to the Angels. The Angels had not used that number since Tim Salmon wore it, allowing Grichuk, which he has worn throughout most of his career, to wear 15. It's retired here though. Thurman Munson was number 15.
Yeah. Yes.
Swing and a miss. Detmers has been outstanding.
His changeup again, another swing and miss on his changeup. A great pitch so far tonight. Back-to-back changeups too. Turned that over exceptionally well. Front shoulder tucked in, changeup, perfect spot, swing and miss. You see the balance of the swing for Grichuk. A guy that generally will hit lefties really good.
And 7 strikeouts for Detmers in 3 in a row. And this is kind of what we were talking about earlier, that you should buy the stock of Reed Detmers, because the way that he's gone about it so far this year, even if some of the starts have been topsy-turvy, there is some real talent breaking out here right before our eyes.
Yep. I really think that stint down the bullpen really helped him out. More aggressive.
Wells could not hold up there. 2-1.
It's an aggressive hitter on a 2-0 count, expecting a fastball. Instead, got a slider.
Detmer's entered tonight with his ERA 4.60, but his expected ERA, according to Baseball Savant, was 2.53. There's a roll over to the right side. Peraza grabs that.
Boy, he's a good fielder.
Very good. 2 up, 2 down. There's no better way to enjoy an Angels baseball game than from the comfort of a suite at the Big A. Entertain guests with all-inclusive packages. Enjoy locations throughout our exclusive club level. For more info, call 714-4-ANGELS or visit angels.com/suites. You know, you go back to his last start against Atlanta, and just kind of watching through that, it was like, well, it doesn't look like he's pitching that badly. A lot of these balls were falling in, but it seemed like Detmer's had better stuff than what the numbers showed in that last start. Right at Moncada, and Detmer's has 5 scoreless
The old
innings.
Adam ball, Wayne. Hang with it.
Background.
What a beautiful day today. Wow.
An unbelievably beautiful day. Could do without all the construction around Manhattan, though. It's an unreal amount of construction everywhere.
I know that area all so well. Many times trips in here during the Christmas time and everything else. I'm looking around. I don't know if that's going to be quite ready that time of the year.
Jorge Soler looks at a strike. They're painting on our floor at the hotel. That's always good, too.
Yes.
Taking some fumes. I know you like that.
Oh, no question.
No balls, 2 strikes on Soler.
Boy, both these pitchers are using their changeups and sliders very well.
You certainly see the
Difference is just the
talent
home
with
run
Weathers.
ball.
He just got bombarded tonight. 4 home runs.
0 home runs allowed coming into the game.
2-2 on Soler, who has 1 of those homers.
I feel like that 4-seam fastball upstairs at 96 was trying to set up his changeup next pitch.
Cubs have gone ahead of the Phillies tonight 7-3. Nico Horner and Alex Bregman each have 3 RBIs in that one.
Good at bat again.
Soler works a walk, and the Angels have their leadoff man on in the 6th. It wasn't so much walks, but strolls around the bases for the Halos tonight.
Trout, Joe Adell, Soler, Trout, Adell, both over 110 miles per hour. Soler at 104. There's some serious distance.
That's what Reggie Jackson called taking the tour.
Yes. I need one of those candy bars. that was so good saying Zach Nettle on that one.
Base hit on a ground ball from Vaughn Grissom. So the Angels have runners on 1st and 2nd now against Paul Blackburn.
So who do you think?
For
amongst
what?
us three.
What is the question?
Surviving on a
surviving?
reality. Yeah, on a who would last the longest on a reality show?
Like one of those shows where they're in the jungle. And
it could be any reality show, though. There's plenty of reality shows. You know that.
I think Erica's the most versatile of us when it comes to skill set.
Oh, mad respect, Wayne. I appreciate that. I don't know if I agree with you, though.
I'm going, Wayne, you got connections, man. Somehow, someway, you got connections. You'll figure out a way.
Now that could be. It could be a back door somewhere. Logan O'Hoppe.
Oh, it's good to be you, Wayne.
No doubt. 1 ball, no strikes on O'Hoppe as the Angels try to add to their lead here. Paul Blackburn on the mound after he walked into a win yesterday. Just happened to pitch the top of the 9th, and then the Yankees won the game in the bottom of the 9th, so he was the winning pitcher after all that.
You know, with a lot of cutters and sliders, fastball, 90-94, and a changeup. So, in other words, I'm the one that's going automatically between you and Erica. It's a good shot that you guys are both surviving.
Yeah, it sounds like you're the odd man out. That's
I'm
true.
just going to wear and say, hey, he's done.
Oh, what 3 balls and no strikes. Soler at second base. Well, you don't want to eat anything weird, so
No,
that you don't even like eating normal food that's not weird.
Yeah, if they put
sometimes.
one of those things where eating insects and stuff, I'm long gone.
So you're definitely out on
They're
that.
challenging that one there.
It's a 3-0 to O'Hoppe.
Catcher's challenging the ball call.
That's a good call on that one too, and he's going to be correct. Especially 3-0.
Strike. The Yankees have 2 challenges remaining.
I mean, what reality show do you even think you'd be good at? The Voice?
Playing air drums. I think I'd have a chance if we had something like that. Maybe The Voice. I take my chances.
You said you were, opera trained.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're playing the Phantom of the Opera here
There
for
it
you right
is.
now.
It's perfect timing. Big pitch here now for O'Hoppe after that 3-0 count. Call a strike.
Full count on O'Hoppe against Blackburn. And he fouls it off his foot to stay alive.
That's why I think that ABS system too, it forces sometimes the hitter to swing at something not necessarily a strike, because he thought the 3-0 pitch was a ball. So now all of a sudden you think, okay, I have an idea of the strike zone, but I don't want to be called out on it. He'll throw his changeup along with his slider, the 3-2 a lot, the righty.
And ball 4, so the Angels have a chance to bust it open here. Bases loaded, no outs. Paul Blackburn has allowed the first 2 men that he's faced to reach. And Yoán Moncada will be the batter. He is 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Made a nice play at third, robbing Aaron Judge of a base hit early in this game. Never really feel comfortable with the lead here, but a couple runs would at least give the Angels as much comfort as you could expect here.
And a patient hitter at the plate. I mentioned how many walks already, 11 coming into the game. So he's going to try to center on a pitch that he can get on the inner half of the plate so he can hit it in the air deep to right or right center to get the job done.
One ball, one strike. Blackburn was an all-star at one point in his career at the A's. He's just never ever been able to stay healthy. Career high in innings pitched that year with Oakland was 111. He's been in the majors since 2017. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Back-to-back curveballs, that one he laid off on.
Soler walked to lead off. Grissom singled, and O'Hoppe has drawn a walk.
3 more walks tonight for the Halos.
Line drive, base hit, right field. Soler scores. Grissom heads home. Yoán Moncada delivers a big blow, and this one 6-0 Angels on a 2-run single.
Change up that got a little bit more of the plate, and line drive by Moncada. Another base hit at 100+ miles an hour.
Well, this crowd is irritated tonight.
Yes. See, I got a lot of the plate on that changeup. That's a real good swing. The balance was good on that swing from Moncada. Watched him earlier today. He's been really trying to get that balance back. And that's a great swing.
First of those 2 runs charged to Weathers, so he goes 5+ innings with 5 runs allowed and 10 strikeouts tonight. Very uneven game for him. Here's Peraza, homered off of Weathers, taking ball 1 from Blackburn.
And his base hit, it was 110 miles per hour off the bat.
There's been a chorus of boos every time the Angels have scored tonight. The Yankee crowd has run out of patience in record time. April 14th.
Yes. Well, they know it's tax season tomorrow.
That could be it. 2 balls and 1 strike on Peraza. Here's his homer.
And he went down and got that pitch too. That's how strong he is. 3rd home run season already for Peraza.
Ball 3.
Should get a pitch right in the strike zone here. He's got a challenge. That's 60% of the time I'll throw a cutter to a righty. Might see a cutter here.
Bouncing ball foul down the line. 3-2 the count on Peraza. Angels with 6 runs on 7 hits tonight, including 4 home runs. Still nobody out in this inning. And now Peraza slams one to left. He has another hit. He's 3 for 3.
That's another rocket he hit. Boy, he is on top of the baseball today. That was 105. So 110, 107, 105 off the bat for Peraza today. I think he wants to show these Yankee fans a little bit.
The Angels have loaded the bases. Peraza certainly showing off. A guy who wore the Yankees on the field. Well, Bryce Teodosio seems to have worn some pinstripes off the field before. For more on that, here's Erica.
I'm playing here as a big leaguer, but not the first time he's been to Yankee Stadium. Look at this adorable photo wearing the pinstripes. A Yankees fan growing up, loved Derek Jeter back in the day, but this has been a really special couple of days for him, getting an opportunity to be in the field last night. Had an opportunity to go tour Monument Park earlier today, took some videos. He just said it's been a long way. It's a huge blessing, so he's really taken it all in the last few days.
Erica, have you put any thought into what reality show Gooby would even be good at?
Listen, I have to help him with his phone every day, so I don't know if there's one he might survive.
No,
the technology shows sound like you're out on that too.
I'm out on that one too. I'm long gone.
Sorry, Gooby.
Yes.
My bad.
Teodosio pops it up to the right side and foul ground. It's Goldschmidt making the catch. Angels will not tag. Good job by Goldschmidt to get it in quickly.
That was a real good play, how quickly he turned his body, knowing how aggressive the Halos have been running the bases this season. That was right on the money, that throw too.
Gold Glove winner at first base.
Yeah, quickly he's turning around, all in one motion.
Angels still with the scoring threat intact though. Bases loaded, 1 out. As Zach Neto stands in. First 5 Angels reached in this inning. 2 have scored. Neto has a grand slam here at Yankee Stadium.
It's been a tough night so far for Neto, but that can turn around with one swing here.
Out in front of that, 0-2.
He's got to shorten up right here. Think contact. He's expanding a little bit today. Good take on that sinker in.
Catcher challenging the ball.
Ooh, that's going to be pretty close though.
Well, it's a strike.
Strike. The Yankees have 2 challenges remaining.
So that'll be strike 3 to Neto, and he goes down for the 3rd time on strikes today.
That looked like the way he caught it was out of the strike zone. Remember, it used to feel like it was the front of the plate.
You know, ultimately, the framing doesn't matter as much now, at least in terms of the challenges. The framing will still come into play on the non-challenged pitches, but the challenge pitches, you can catch it however you want. As long as it went through that ABS as a strike, then it's a strike, and so is that one to Trout. Trout has now seen 26 pitches in this game, batting for the 4th time. He hit one of them a mile with his first inning home run. Trout's OPS now 1129 in his career in this ballpark. Can't stop old Geronimo Baroa here, though. Trout hits a line drive to left. This one, though, right at the left fielder Grichuk to end the inning. Angels get 2 and now lead 6-0.
Boy, Reed Detmer's changeup has been really, really good tonight. Add that to that repertoire. Get the swing and miss on Stanton. See how that just barely any rotation in that changeup, and they're way out in front. Another perfect spot, turning that changeup over. 3 swing and misses for this changeup tonight. It's been a very effective pitch for Reed Detmer. He's going along with his fastball slider. 7 punch-outs in 5 innings. Very economical for Reed Detmer. It's 73 pitches here going into the 6th.
We'll face the number 9 batter to lead off, Ryan McMahon, who has one of the 2 hits, trying to bunt for a hit here. And that doesn't work as Detmers scoops it up for the out.
That's 3 one-pitch outs tonight for Detmers. Very, very important to be able to control that pitch count when you get quick outs like that.
You know, feel like McMahon in that spot was just praying to try to lay one down and surprise the Angels.
Yeah. It's not a bad idea. You're down by 6. You need base runners. There was a few boos there too. They're not real happy here today.
I'm telling you, something's going on here. Maybe it's the construction. Here's Goldschmidt as he takes a big curveball for a strike. I mean, you couldn't walk around anywhere today without construction following you. Goldschmidt's 0 for 2, grounded into a fielder's choice last time.
There's that changeup again, and that's the one sequence. He was out in spring training, being in uniform. Mike Maddox talked a lot with his entire pitching staff how good that combination is. Curveball, so curveball followed with a changeup. It seemed like you never did that before because it's 2 slow pitches. You felt the hitter had a chance to time it. It's very, very effective. You see how late you are in a fastball.
He's got 9 strikes on 11 changeups tonight.
That's impressive.
Oh, 0-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Another strikeout for Detmer.
And a slide piece there. So using all the pitches. Curveball, changeup, fastball, slider. 4-pitch mix to get a former MVP out. Don't see that too often. 4 pitches thrown, 4 different pitches, and a punch out like that.
8th strikeout tonight. He has not walked anybody. He's only allowed the 2 singles. Here's Aaron Judge, strike 1 on the outside corner.
Felt like Judge thought about checking that one too again.
I know you have to do it right away. Judge was a little wishy-washy there. 0-1.
I'm glad you said that, not me. That was Rain Randazzo that said that.
Well, I figure he can't see me way down here. Yeah, better shot taking a shot at you.
Yeah, how to survive a battle with Aaron Judge by Wayne Randazzo.
1-1. And fouled back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Judge is grounded out and struck out today. You see Detmer is very efficient outside of 1 inning where the pitch count crept up a bit, but only 81 pitches in 5 2/3 tonight.
.94 mile-an-hour fastball. He has him guessing. He's late on that fastball. You can see his reaction walking around out of that batter's box like that. He said, "That's a fastball I'm on normally." But I think he's throwing enough of those slow changeups and curveballs to make him guess with that. Does he try that changeup? It's got to be away and down though.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Aaron Judge. Off the end of the bat, a pop-up foul ground out of play. Detmers has now worked in 12 innings in his career in this ballpark without giving up an earned run.
He's really mixed the match against Judge all game long. He's not really giving him a second look on any of these pitches, too. That register is a splitter, a split finger changeup. This left it up. That's how he was able to foul it off. It was the right pitch, just a little bit elevated more than normal.
Another 1-2 to Judge. Breaking ball strikes him out.
He curbed his enthusiasm.
Reed Detmers has cruised through 6, which is 2 singles allowed. Yerry De Los Santos, the new pitcher, fires in a strike to Joe Adell, who has 1 of the 4 Angels home runs tonight.
What a performance by Reed Detmers so far in this game. What exactly he needed after a lot of innings out of the bullpen last night.
Reed Detmers also had a start against the Mariners in the Angels home opener, in which he worked 6 2/3 innings without giving up a run. He's through 6 full innings tonight without a run allowed, and nobody up right now in the Angel bullpen. Adell smacks another one through for a base hit.
Another hard hit baseball.
Joe Adell with his second hit today. Earlier he was at the Jackie Robinson Museum with Brent Suter.
A great moment there for Joe Adell to be able to visit an amazing museum.
Haven't been to that yet. It's only a few years old, the Jackie Robinson Museum, which is, I believe, on the Lower East Side of the city. Here's Jorge Soler looking at a strike.
That swing though for Joe Adell, 111 miles per hour off the bat. So 110 and 111 tonight.
And tomorrow is Jackie Robinson Day, April 15th, so all the players will be wearing number 42. Bouncer to third, McMahon to second for 1. Over to first, doubling up Soler. We'll have our Hyundai 7th inning stretch momentarily. The Mets and Dodgers are playing on Jackie Robinson Day this year. They were the 2 teams matched up when Jackie Robinson Day was first brought up as an idea back in 1997 to honor Jackie's 50th anniversary of breaking baseball's color barrier. Jackie with no real ties to the Mets necessarily, other than they're the National League New York team now. And when Citi Field first opened, and even still now, there's that Jackie Robinson Rotunda that honors Jackie's lineage in New York. And number 42 retired throughout baseball. That is a strike to Grissom. Wells has been pretty good back there.
Really, really good. That's especially that one he challenged with Zach Neto to get a called third strike.
We'll talk a lot more about Jackie and his legacy tomorrow.
Looking forward to that.
Two balls and a strike. We'll have more on Joe Adell and Brent Suter's trip to the Jackie Robinson Museum on the pregame show as well tomorrow. The Mets also could use a win tonight. They have been really scuffling. They've lost 6 in a row. They play against a 12-4 Dodger team to start the year.
Well, I'm surprised that Grissom didn't challenge that one. That was well off the outside corner.
Grissom was at AAA last year, so he's probably more used to it than most. Cincinnati beat the Giants tonight 2-1. A well-pitched game that favored the Reds. Brady Singer started it.
That's what they've been winning games really with their pitching.
Angels won 2 out of 3 from them over the weekend, trying to even in this series at a game apiece as Grissom takes ball 3. Tigers held on to beat the Royals 2-1. Kenley Jansen was able to avoid the tying run scoring after making him get to third base, but Framber Valdez went 7 innings tonight for Detroit.
They gave up a leadoff double and still managed to put up a 0. Kenley Jansen. Now they're safe, getting closer to that 500 mark.
He tonight passed Lee Smith for 3rd all time. which gives him 479 total.
Had a real good year for the Halos last year.
They did. Ball 4 to Grissom.
2 walks in the game today for Grissom and a base hit.
Logan O'Hoppe will bat after we hear from Jack in the Box.
Get my new Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal for a chance to win $75,000. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Strike to Logan. Jake Bauers is at a 3-run homer as the Brewers lead the Blue Jays 3-1 tonight. Kevin Gausman giving that up for Toronto.
It's been a tough one so far for Toronto, especially dealing with a lot of injuries.
We'll see them at Angel Stadium next week.
And the Padres. This has been a tough stretch for the Halos.
Bouncing ball should end the inning. Carry the 6-0 lead into the bottom of the 7th. 84 pitches and 9 strikeouts.
Exactly. Efficient. 9 punchies.
No walks. Nobody in scoring position for the Yankees tonight. Just 2 singles.
The Professor had a good game here last year. Very similar. Kyle Hendricks, the Professor. 9 punch-outs in this yard.
Detmer's career high is 12. He's done that a few times throughout his career. You think you could do maybe like a karaoke reality show?
Oh, definitely could do that.
Okay. Well, we found one that maybe.
Yes.
Get in the car with that one guy, the late night host, James Corden. That's his name.
Yes, I'd be fine on that one.
You could do that.
Yes.
Ahmed Rosario is the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 7th.
Thing you want to do is against this Yankee lineup, even though you're got a good lead here, is don't give base runners. Make them swing their way on base if they do. Paints that fastball. Good pitch. Good spot.
Rosario is one of the 2 Yankee hits, a line drive single in the 4th inning. The other was an infield hit by McMahon, and there's another excellent changeup from Detmers.
Best I've seen. He threw a lot of changeup that game. He threw in the no-hitter against the Rays. He got a lot of ground balls with that. And he's getting a lot of swing and misses on his changeup tonight.
2-2 the count on Rosario. Punched in the air, foul and out of play. Mentioned it before. Detmer's now 12 changeups, 10 strikes, and 4 swings and misses to boot.
This is about 8% changeup usage coming into this game. Almost 14 now.
Rosario doesn't go after the high fastball. 3-2.
You got 4 pitches you go to. Which one you feel most comfortable to be able to throw a strike here?
Stanton and Grisham due up next. Fly ball center field.
Right part of the yard.
408 to the deepest part of this place, and plenty of room for Trout.
Nice job of coming back in that at bat to get that first out, especially with Stanton coming up.
Stanton has struck out both times he's been up to the plate tonight. 454 career home runs, the only active player with more than Trout's 409 now. Trout tying Mark Teixeira on the all-time list tonight.
Between Judge and Stanton, they've been late on Detmer's fastball. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. He has him thinking change up and slow curveball.
0-2 now on Stanton. The slider got by him there.
Bite to that one.
It's a fair ball down the line. Long throw across in plenty of time.
Incredible play by Moncada. How far he was away from the third base bag. He was almost on the warning track dirt when he threw that one. What a play. Moncada, some real solid defense tonight. Quick on the transfer, one hop throw. There's some right there to make the play. What a play.
You know, you have a little extra time with Stanton. He is not flying down the lines anymore. Oh, that's hit hard. Neto dives and stops it. His throw is in time.
Wow. The old chuck and duck. And Neto makes the play.
The Angels have done it with offense and defense tonight. Detmer's duck, and Neto took care of it from there. Personal highlight den as he made an outstanding play to end the bottom of the 7th, but not even close to his best one in this place.
Made a lot of great ones. That was a real solid one. That was right back up the middle against Detmer's.
A couple of nice plays in that inning. Moncada made one as well. He's made a few tonight, and he has a 2-run single as well as he leads off here in the 8th inning with the Angels sitting in a 6-0 position over the Yankees.
Well, Santos has that good arm action on his changeup too.
2 balls and 1 strike on Moncada as he drills one in the air right field. Judge going back for it. It is gone. The 5th homer for the Halos tonight. It is a homer happy Halo group in the Bronx.
And that's a Hakuna Moncada. 2nd home run of the season. Solid game. All that hard work, swinging the bat, paying off. Glove has been great. Bat has been solid also. 5 blasts. The Halos today. In this ballpark, you just make some contact with a little lift to it. One of the few. That was only 92.2 off the bat. Should say only 92, but still. Good spot to hit that in right field here at Yankee Stadium.
It definitely is. Here's Peraza, who's had a huge night at the plate. 3 for 3 with a home run, 2 singles, and everything hit 105 miles an hour or harder off the bat of Peraza. You know, the home team down 7-0 here. The fans are checking their calendars thinking as if it's football season around here.
How quick that bat was to lift that out. Yes, they are. That's 17 runs for the Halos. That's 2 touchdowns and a field goal.
Well, their football teams give those up quick.
Oh, I know you said that, not me.
Well, you're an Eagles fan.
Yes, I can.
There's no love lost for the football giants.
No. But our producer, yes.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Peraza. That's on the outside corner. Peraza does not agree.
Might be a strike.
He challenged immediately.
It might just barely be off the plate, though.
Let's see. Powered by T-Mobile. Peraza's right. Well, he called that one right away.
Man, when you're hitting the ball that hard all game long, you're seeing everything. You even know when a strike is a strike and a ball is not. That's right.
Full count now on Peraza, trying to get on base for the 4th time today. I think that broke your streak of correct challenges. Usually you know what it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to win that reality show either now. I can't find one.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Peraza. Now, the karaoke show where, you know, if it's a certain set of music.
It's got to be some pretty good heavy metal. I got a shot. Or maybe I'll bring out some Barry Manilow for you, Wayne.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yes.
Tapper foul from Peraza. Barry Manilow from right here in New York City.
Yes. Tie it all together, Wayne. Always.
Now, could it be magic for Oswald Peraza? No.
No, just foul. Not going to be real happy. He's going to need a new bat after 3 rockets with the other bat.
Well, get your group tickets and experience the excitement of Angels baseball. There's been a lot of it so far this year. With your group of 20 or more, tickets start at $7 per seat. When you visit angels.com/groups, call 714-4-ANGELS or visit angels.com today. /groups today.
Today.
Just do it today. This one about as high as the Empire State Building. It'll drop foul. Another long at bat for an Angel. We saw Josh Lowe get to 11 pitches in one yesterday.
Trout had a long at bat tonight also.
Trout, I think, got to 12. Now Peraza is going to get to 12. And it's ball 4. So great at bat for Oswald Peraza. Results in a walk and his 4th time on base.
Outstanding. That's when you know you're seeing the ball exceptionally well. That was about a half a baseball at the corner. Took it rather easily.
Teodosio 0 for 3 today with a strikeout.
Hit the ball really hard to first at bat.
He taps this one. That's going to be
hit.
Impossible. Yeah. De Los Santos tried it. Base hit Teodosio.
He didn't listen to us.
Well, if he hits that 10 times, he'll have 10 hits.
Yes, he will.
Zach Neto will be the batter here. With flash you back to his best catch in this ballpark.
In the rain, that is an incredible play. Absolutely incredible. And the thing about Zach Neto, he was mad he lost the grip. He thought he had a double play ball going too.
I mean, he caught that flat on his back.
Yes.
Sliding in the rain. It was just a ridiculous catch by Neto. The Angels have played well here. They've won 5 of their last 7. Almost pulled it out last night. They've got a good sized lead tonight.
Overall, been a pretty solid road trip so far for the Halos.
Angels would be 3-2 if they can lock this one down. With still 2 more to go here in New York.
5 more walks they picked up today.
Tomorrow, another night game. Luis Gil will pitch it for the Yankees. We don't know if it'll be Kohanowitz or a bullpen day tomorrow. Whatever it ends up being, the opposite will be the case on Thursday in the day game here against Max Fried.
It would normally be Kohanowitz's day.
Tomorrow.
Yes. There he is right there. He's working on a swing too.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I think, you know, when you think about tomorrow's game, after this performance by Reed Detmers, really done a great job of letting that bullpen relaxed with 7 shutout innings. Nobody even up so far. So
probably want the bullpen
huge
game off of that.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking now.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Neto takes upstairs for ball 2.
I was kind of trying to piece it together. When you have a game like this, you have a better chance of having a bullpen game, especially now that Reed Detmer's going to get into the 8th inning.
Angels just got their bullpen up now. 2-2 on Neto. It's Suter throwing, not Aldeguerri, for whatever that's worth. And there he is, Sooty B, as he said he likes to be known.
Oh. I don't know if I can quite go that way.
Full count on Neto.
We had a tremendous time at the museum today.
Yeah, I'd like to check that out sometime, the Jackie Robinson Museum here in New York.
Great person. What an incredible athlete, too, Jackie Robinson. All around, unbelievable athlete.
Football and track at UCLA, aside from baseball, where he ended up in the Hall of Fame. There's 42, also a number that Mariano Rivera wore here as a Yankee. That one got a chunk of wells behind home plate. So the 42 universally retired, but doubly retired here with
it's like double 8s.
Yeah, Yogi Berra wore number 8, and so did Bill Dickey. So that's why the 2 8s are retired up there as well. No more single digits.
No.
For the Yankees at this point, outside of 0, I guess. 3-2 on Neto. That's strike 3 called. So Neto again with 4 strikeouts in this game. 1 away. Mike Trout will bat. Big series for Trout.
Talked about how he gets that back foot planted, little step back, and then threw the baseball. And they're seeing a lot of quality results because of that for Trout. 3 home runs in this series already. We'll have another bat here, plus 2 more games for Trout. Going back to that little step back and load on that back leg, taking away a lot more of that launch angle that was a little bit too high as far as hitting too many high flies.
Yerry De Los Santos will face Trout in a moment. First, here's Erica.
Yeah, everybody noticed yesterday with his home runs, that little tweak in his mechanics, that step back that Gooby was talking about. He said he was doing it the last few weeks of the season last year, and of course we know he went on a tear. He did it all this offseason. He said it felt really good using that. Got to spring training, felt really good not doing the step back, so he stopped. You see that little motion there. He decided to bring it back a couple days ago in Cincinnati, and it's basically to help his hip load properly for that swing, and obviously something he's used to doing to lead to success, so he added it back.
Boy, how quick he's been able to get to that baseball now.
Ground ball sharply hit, but right at Caballero. The Yankees are able to turn the double play to end the inning. Has pitched magnificently.
0 walks, 9 punchouts.
Reed Grichuk with a liner left center. That's going to reach the gap. First extra base hit for the Yankees tonight. First hit for Grichuk this year. And the first New York base runner in scoring position against Detmer.
That was a fastball, 92-mile-an-hour fastball.
Mike Maddox will go to the mound. Angels have changed their infield a bit with Silseth now up in the bullpen. It was Suter before. And the Angels will give Silseth the moment to warm up, and we'll get in the car with Kia. The Angels will call it a defensive switch, putting Oswald Peraza at third base and inserting Adam Frazier into this game at second base. But Moncada's had a good night on both sides of the ball.
exceptional night. So has Peraza, though. Wow, 4 times on base. Frazier was great yesterday again.
Well, the Angels are hoping that they can just insert some of these players in and out and have success regardless of the matchups. And Frazier and Peraza both playing well, getting a lot of time at second base together. Moncada starting to come around offensively, playing a good third base as well tonight. Vaughn Grissom's been on base 3 times in place of Shonwell in this game.
Really so. I'm wondering if this might be last batter for Reed Detmers.
0-1 on Austin Wells.
That's
nasty
good,
curve.
Good curveball. 72 miles an hour. This reason why I say that first pitch, granted, he was trying to work ahead. There's nothing wrong with that, but it was about barely 92 miles an hour that first pitch to Grichuk, who lined a double.
Vince Scully calling Clayton Kershaw's the hook from you know where. And there was some remnants of that when you see Detmers throw a curve like that one. Line to center, and Wells has a hit. A couple of hits for the Yankees in this inning, and that will likely be the end of the night for Detmers.
That's an 0-2 hit right there. It's got more of the plate. Slider didn't quite have that depth that we've seen all game long. Incredible night, though, for Reed Detmers. Great night.
Reed Detmers struck out 9 in his 7 innings tonight. Did not allow a man in scoring position until this 8th inning, when Randall Grichuk led off with a double. Austin Wells a base hit, ending the night for Detmers. With 9 punch outs, his changeup was extremely effective. And his off-speed stuff in general was. 4 of those sliders coming on, or 4 of the strikeouts rather, coming on the slider, and 3 on the changeup.
That changeup was effective. He had that splitter. It's in that changeup family.
Jose Caballero is the batter here. With a righty in the game, Silseth, you'll almost certainly see Ben Rice bat for Goldschmidt. The lefty starter, Rice, on the bench tonight. He's been the Yankees' best overall hitter to this point in the season. Ball 1.
Not a bad sweeper there.
Silseth had some really good outings to start the year. It's been a little bumpier here of late. See if we can get back on track here tonight against the Yankees with a 7-0 lead.
Good split. That's the pitch when he stays under control, is a dominating pitch. Not overthrown it, because when he overthrows it, it's elevated.
Time called here, and the home plate umpire Ryan Wills has a lot to.
He's saying he's in the batter's box and he wants to say he wants him to make eye contact with him. It seems to be that what he's talking about.
And there was no pitch timer violation called against Caballero. Just a lot of explaining from Ryan Wills. Now Aaron Boone gets in the middle of it. You know, ABS is really breaking Aaron Boone's heart. He can't come out and scream at these guys all the time.
He wasn't afraid to get thrown out of a game.
Son of a very good Angels catcher, a Gold Glover, Bob Boone, who was a 1980 world champion with the Phillies.
Friends with Aaron for many years. From Bob Boone being a teammate and eventually a manager in KC. And a diehard Eagles fan. Just I figured I'd let you know that one.
Thank you for letting me.
Which always works out well in New York here.
1-1 strike on Caballero. It ultimately is a baseball town anyway. And between the Yankees and the Mets, baseball seems to be first in the hearts of this city. And you can really even argue that basketball is second with the Knicks. before they worry about football here. 2 balls and a strike on Caballero.
Big pitch here now for Silseth. Oh, nasty split again. His arm action's really good with that. 2 so far in this sequence.
Two and two. Angels just need to check off some outs here and keep this lead. It's Caballero with a late swing. 97. He was lucky to even get a piece of that.
Yeah, he was looking splitter. That's what Reed Detmers is so good today. He had the hitters, some of those big boppers on the Yankees, looking off speed and late on a lot of fastballs. Oh, that's right in on the kitchen.
Defensive as you could be with the bat in your hand.
He'd be screaming in the dugout. He was swinging it like he was in a telephone booth that was that far inside. That was going to hit him.
That is a get off me ball swing if you've ever seen one. 2 balls, 2 strikes still on Caballero. And that splitter missed with ball 3. So again, in this park with these Yankees,
no gifts.
Yeah, it can get uncomfortable quick. Angels have led all night and they still are up by quite a lot, 7-0. Fly ball. All the Angels need here is outs. And Joe Adell in for this one has the first out of this inning.
That's a big out too. Borderline pitch upstairs, fastball up. Keep the runner at third. Keep a double play in order. Depper's liking that one.
I mentioned the Ben Rice factor in this inning. We're going to see him right now for McMahon. Not even going to wait for Goldschmidt.
That splitter, if he throws it well, could be a real good pitch to him here. It's really effective against lefties, Silseth.
Well, the Angels Live presented by Kia coming up after the game. Reed Detmers with a terrific performance. The Angels with 5 home runs tonight, 3 in a row in the first inning, giving them plenty of highlights to talk about on the postgame show tonight. Well, here's Rice, who's been off to a blazing start, hitting .362, on base percentage over .500. He has a .1253 OPS, which leads the majors.
There it is, that splitter, a real good one. Very limited spin on it too. Barely 1,000 RPMs on him.
Well, we see that pitch kind of knuckle almost from Silseth as Rice fouls one back 0-2. I mean, when you watch it in slow motion, there are some knuckling qualities to it. The ball's 2 strikes on Rice. That's in the dirt for ball 1. Rice not starting these first 2 games with the lefties on the mound. You know, entering yesterday, the Yankees had only hit .113 against left-handed pitching so far this year. They blew up Kikuchi, but they struggled badly tonight with Detmers. Rice pops this one toward the left field line. Teodosio hoping for a chance. It's in play, and he's got it. 2 outs. Runner will tag from third and scores, but the Angels care a lot more about the out than the run right now. It's 7-1.
Especially with these guys coming up. Looks like there's going to be another pinch hitter.
Figured we see Chisholm for Goldschmidt, and that's who it'll be here. Yankees will rearrange their infield. They'll put Rosario at third base where he started yesterday. So Chisholm could play second and Rice first.
Pretty amazing though when you look at Reed Devers. No walks against a team, one of the most patient teams in baseball. 99 pitches, 69 strikes today for Reed Devers.
Chisholm batting for the first time. Now he needs a new bat. Got one swing out of that bat tonight. Right off, sawed off the label.
Yep. So he's throwing that first pitch split to back-to-back batters. A lot of times when you come off the bench, you're looking first pitch fastball, you're going to let it go, but splitter instead, both of them. Rice and now Chisholm.
No balls and a strike on Chisholm, the former Marlin. Good fastball right in there from Silseth at 96, 0-2.
Look at that baseball, like no movement. And look at that bat. Not together anymore.
Well, Chisholm's not together with the Marlins anymore, but he still has a lot of their colors on him. With his sleeves and part of the cleat as well.
I like that pitch because he was thinking splitter there. And he almost froze him with a fastball just a little off the corner. 96. He's been 96, 97 with his heater.
Silseth trying to get out of this 8th inning with a big lead still going for the Halos.
It's a pretty good pitch.
Just missed the outside corner. Angels still have both of their challenges, but that was off the plate.
That being a pretty good take. I still think I'd go right back to that one again.
2-2. Way upstairs. That is some sweet chin music right there.
That'll get your attention as a hitter. This is going to be a powerful swing he's going to try. That's why that splitter should work.
Time is called before we get into this 3-2 action with Judge on deck. Yankees have a run in this inning. And now 2 outs. Got him with the splitter. That was a dastardly one from Silseth.
The up and in, down and away. Punch out. Silseth, what a bounce back game it was for Chase tonight. Reed Devers liking that effort. Split. Nasty.
Doing the honors in the first. 6 times now Trout has been part of back-to-back-to-backs, as Brent Hedrick is on the mound for the Yankees here in the 9th inning.
Hedrick fastball 92-96 with a slider changeup. Changeup being a forkball variety.
I saw Matt Birch of Angels PR recalling one of those instances of Trout in a back-to-back-to-back, a historic one in which Trout, Albert Pujols, and Raul Ibanez did it all in 3 different decades of their ages. Trout was in his 20s, Albert was in his 30s, and Ibanez was in his 40s.
Wow.
Which had never happened before that. This ball was not even close. Austin Wells trying to go home early. Adell with a pop-up. Chisholm is after that. Well, he'll watch Judge catch
Yeah,
it.
you always want to get out of the way there.
There is Trout, who has hit a home run once again here tonight.
Incredibly hit a home run. Unreal tonight. This is a rocket out too. 110 plus.
That was the Kickstarter for the Halos tonight, and they have bashed away at the Yankees ever since, leading 7-1 with 3 outs still left to get. Here's Soler.
Pretty amazing too, and they're doing a lot of this damage without a lot of offensive support from Zach Neto, a guy that ignites a lot of this offense. So that's a good sign.
Been a bit of a quiet road trip for Neto. Had a good game Saturday in Cincinnati and had a couple of hits, including a home run Friday. The first 2 games against the Reds were productive for Neto, but only 1 hit since then. Soler fouls one back. It's 2 balls and a strike.
It's a pretty firm swing every time from Soler.
Seems pretty locked in right now.
Yes.
2 runs scored for the man they call George around that Angels clubhouse. Jorge Soler takes ball 3. Hedrick walks Soler, so that's the 3rd time he's been on base. Another walk for the Halos. That's 6 more tonight. Only 2 batters now with more RBIs than Soler. Abrams has 1 tonight, and Andy Pah has now at 20 on the year.
Look at all National League guys in there except for Soler. National League is extremely deep. That's why this, in my opinion, the American League is wide open.
Well, the AL West certainly seems to be as well. You look at the division right now. Angels would be 9-9 with a win. The Mariners are in San Diego tonight. They're 8-8. Or they're 8-9, I should say. The A's are 8-8 entering today. As the Sacramento A's are playing the Rangers at home tonight. 1-0 Texas in the first. Texas is 9-7. They're in first place. So yes, the league is open, but the division is especially wide open right now.
That's a rocket.
4th time on base for Grissom tonight.
And a real good game. 2 walks, 2 hits. 0-2 count.
It's a good sign that the Angels are getting contributions up and down the roster.
Balance. Get some guys every once in a while, a day off, or go for matchups. That's another, by the way, another rocket. Almost 103 off the bat. All game long for the Angels.
This is a team that needs to elevate its floor. As O'Hoppe looks at a strike, meaning that, you know, if the guys that are not at the top of the roster, the big names, are contributing at a higher level, that just kind of raises the whole profile of the team. Think about guys like Grissom, Peraza, Frazier, Teodosio. Those are the guys, if they're performing, that all of a sudden your floor, your bottom part of the roster is productive, and things are a lot better overall.
And when you get a whole roster contributing, that's a team that has a chance of being a winning team. Because you're going to need them all. You need that performance from Reed Detmers, your starting pitcher. He was dominant. First run he's allowed against the Yankees in his career, 15 1/3. Just 1 earned run allowed for Reed Detmers against the Yankees.
Yeah, just the 1 run allowed in this ballpark. 1-2. As O'Hoppe hits a pop-up. Judge makes the catch, 2 outs.
Yeah, everyone peels out of the way.
Now Frazier will bat, but right now the Rangers are in first place. It's so early. Angels will be 9-9 if they win this one, as Ryan Zefferjon gets ready to perhaps get the last 3 outs. But Seattle was the favorite in the division going into the season, and maybe that's warranted. They got close to the World Series last year, and they have that great rotation and some good players in their lineup. But I don't think that it's going to be a runaway by any stretch of the imagination.
Zero chance of that.
I mean, they'll be better than they've been, but the Angels have a chance that if they play well, they can mix it up with the Rangers and the A's and the Mariners, and we'll see what becomes of Houston. So far, not much has.
They have been struggling. They've been giving up a lot of runs. Even though they're leading, they've given up 5 runs already to Colorado.
Ground ball. Chisholm stops it with a dive. And Frazier's out to end the top of the 9th. 25 runs the last time they did it. 7's probably enough tonight, but still 3 outs left to get. And a strike to Aaron Judge from Ryan Zefferjon. Find out what the Angels pitching plan is tomorrow. I'm guessing they would go with the bullpen game tomorrow after some light usage out of the pen tonight, thanks to Detmers.
Yeah, real good job by Reed Detmers. 99 pitches, 69 strikes, 7 quality innings, 7 ground ball outs too, along with 9 strikeouts and no walks after a team had scored 11 runs last night.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and a team that has walked the second most in all of baseball, the Yankees, only behind the Angels. The Yankees have not walked once in this game. The Angels have walked a half dozen more times tonight. 86 walks to start the year in 18 games for the Angels.
I don't see it too often where Aaron Judge has laid in some fastballs. Detmers did a great job of having him guessing. Same thing there. Zefferjon has thrown him a sweeper the one before.
A really solid effort by Detmers tonight. It's 2 out of the last 3 now that have been exceptional.
That's what you're going to see, I think. And just a little slight different variation of his grip of his changeup. Off the charts. Changeup is a field pitch, Wayne. So whatever you're comfortable throwing, where you don't slow your arm action down, don't tip what you're throwing to the hitter. Just trust, the old saying on a changeup is trust your grip. Clearly did that today.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Aaron Judge, over 3 tonight. And that just missed. Angels electing not to use a challenge there on a pitch that was close, but not quite a strike. Now, Reed Detmers, as we said earlier, that confidence starting to brew. The stuff has been good. The location outstanding. This is a guy that has all the makings of someone who can be a very good major league starting pitcher.
Yeah, I ran by and saw Paul O'Neill. I said, "What you think?" He goes, "This kid is good."
Yeah.
He's seen him before, but he said he's got a chance. That's coming from a guy who's had a great career, Paul O'Neill.
That's just off the plate as well.
That was 99.
But I think that also is a good point indirectly that Detmers is still just 26 years old. And that there is a bright future and perhaps a very bright present developing as well.
Got him out in front again.
See if it stays in play. Grissom and O'Hoppe don't have a play.
With Judge on the mound and you're pitching, you're running over there too, just in case you get that out against him.
Well, Zefferjon caught one the other day.
Yes.
10-pitch at bat here for Judge to start Zefferjon's night. Another pitch will be needed at least. Mention that Mets-Dodgers game. They're about to start at Dodger Stadium. The pitching matchup of Yoshinobu Yamamoto against Nolan McLean tonight.
Wow, that's an outstanding pitching matchup.
McLean has some good stuff. Judge sends one toward the gap in left center. Teodosio racing, won't get it. It's a double for Judge, and the leadoff man on after a long at bat.
And he went down and got a slider. That's how strong he is. Still hit it that hard, that far. And a pretty good pitch, too. See, he was out in front of it. But he kept his hands back long enough to be able to hit that one that deep to left center. That's how good he is. You mentioned about him earlier, Wayne, how he's not just a home run guy. He can hit for an average. He went down and got a really good pitcher's pitch.
Well, he hit that ball 99 miles an hour with just flicking his wrists at it.
With basically one-handed.
That is ridiculous. That ball went 355 feet. Well, Aaron Judge is headed to Cooperstown. And he'll be one of the taller Hall of Famers of all time. Pretty tall guy, made his major league debut for the White Sox tonight. 6'10", Noah Schultz. He's got a big arm, although he had some issues with walks tonight. Tampa Bay leads the White Sox 8-3.
That's understandable. Randy Johnson was the same way early on, because a lot of moving parts when you're that tall till you finally figure out a way just to work slowly, keep the front shoulder in.
Hard not to think about the big unit when you look at how Noah Schultz pitches. We'll see what becomes of his career, but his first start happened in Chicago tonight. 1-2 on Rosario. Broken bat ground ball. Zach Neto plays this to first. 1 out.
And going back to her Hyundai key for the game tonight, one way or another. Well, they've done it a couple ways today. Started with the starting pitcher, and then 3 home runs consecutive, back-to-back home runs, 5 home runs overall. So one way, the long ball. The other way, the great pitching. Peraza, what a game for him tonight. I'll have to start calling him ex-velo.
4 times on base for Peraza against a team that believed he couldn't hit in the major leagues. Stanton takes ball 2. One thing for Reed Detmers tonight, if this lead holds, he'll get his first win since returning to the starting rotation.
And his first win versus the Yankees.
I know it's not a stat that people pay as much attention to anymore, but starting pitchers do.
Yes, you do. Anybody says they don't pay attention to it or just telling you something else.
2-1 on Stanton, who looks at a fastball for strike 2. Do we need this music between every pitch? That's the real question. Strike 3 to Stanton, 2 outs.
3 times Stanton has struck out tonight. Had a couple good firm fastballs, a good sweeper, great spot.
Yeah, but think about all the music you heard in between those pitches while he was striking.
Well, they know, I love music. In case we want that reality show.
Sefferjohn's another guy whose stuff can be tantalizing.
He's starting to believe and trust. That's the key for Sefferjon. It's like Silseth and Sam Bachman. I mean, there's 3 exceptional young arms out of the bullpen.
Grisham 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts. He had the big home runs yesterday.
Wow.
Well, they should challenge that. Might have been a strike.
It looked like a strike.
Sefferjon floated it as he fell off the mound. It just missed the outside corner.
That was so close, too.
Logan tried to frame it up. He couldn't challenge that, though, if it was a strike.
A couple times you've seen Sefferjon fall. Usually that means that front shoulder just kind of flying open and landing on the side of your foot, not the ball of the foot. Yeah, he went.
Strike 2 to Grisham.
right up to the pitch is thrown.
Swing and a miss. Say goodnight to the Yankees and their loud in-between pitches music. The Angels powered out a storm tonight. 5 home runs, 3 in a row in the first. And the Halos got a great pitch game from Reed Detmers as well to win this one 7-1.
What an impressive game for the Halos tonight. Back to